Hello everyone, welcome to our first craft lounge. I'm going to pop over to make sure everything's working. Oh, great. I see some friends already in the comment section. Yay, I'm so excited to start tonight with you guys. We have 3 creative team members here with us that they're going to create with the new Case Closed collection that just released actually just 2 days ago. It's such a cute collection. I really love it. It's a detective theme. I'm going to show you all the products in that collection as well. Oh, look, Michelle's there in the comments. That's so cool. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to bring each one of these creative team members up on screen so you guys can see them. And then we're going to get crafty. We're going to be crafty for a whole hour. And I think they have some really awesome things to share with you guys. So I'm going to switch over and add. Let's start with Rosie. Hi, Rosie.
Hi, everybody.
And then we have Michelle. Hello, Michelle.
Hello.
And then Karen. Welcome, Karen.
Hello.
Yay, look at all the love. That's so awesome. So these are some of our creative team members that are joining us today for this first craft lounge. They're very brave and volunteered to join the first one. And we weren't even totally sure it was going to quite work, but yay, it looks like it's working. Such a relief. I just want to have these guys real quick share where they all are from, because I don't know if you know, but our creative team is actually from all over around the world. Start with you, Rosie. Where are you from?
I am from Martinez, California, which is in the San Francisco East Bay.
And Rosie was very close to the OG Hero Arts, and actually she got to be there for the very last day of the factory closing, and we're all jealous because she has a Hero Arts apron, which I think I would give my left arm for. So
I was so excited.
Very jealous. But she got to go to the factory a couple of times, actually several times, huh, Rosie?
Yeah, many times, yeah.
It was
classes and warehouse sales classes.
Yeah, I only got to go there one time, and I really thought it was amazing. It was just a cool old building, very, very cool. And then let's move to Karen, because the way you are set up on my grid, you're right below me. Where are you from right now, Karen? I know you were someplace else when we did the test, yes. And today you're in Colorado, or?
I am in Colorado today, but normally my hometown is Arlington, Texas, but I am on vacation in Colorado, so joining you from vacation.
Wow. Not only is she joining us live and crafting live, she's crafting live outside of her craft room. I don't think I have the guts at all to do that, Karen. That's impressive. Wow. And then, Michelle, where are you from?
Hi, g'day. I never ever say g'day in normal everyday life. I only ever say g'day when I'm talking to Americans. Hello, I'm from Melbourne, Australia. So hence the accent.
Isn't that awesome? And Michelle, were you saying, so I don't know if you guys saw this, because we shared this a while ago, and it was before we set up our Facebook group, reset up our Facebook group, I guess. And I love this. You guys, what did you think about this? When we shared the creative team each had like a kind of like a spotlight in each one of them, or like shared some special information. I thought that was such a fun way to introduce the new creative team. And I'm going to pop over to the comments, see if anybody remembers that. But that was, I thought, really cool. And I think, Michelle, you said, I shared that one of my favorite shows with Kath and Kim. And did you say that was where you are, it was filmed, or at least supposed to take place where you live?
Yeah, Kath and Kim was filmed. It's on the other side of the city, so it's probably, 40 minutes from where I am, but still in Melbourne. Yeah, Kath and Kim. Fountain Lakes.
Yes. that was just for me. Sorry, guys. I love Kath and Kim. That's one of my favorite shows.
Look a moi.
Yes. If you haven't seen it, I really encourage you to watch it. They're hilarious. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to let these ladies, I'm going to pull them off screen and let them set their cameras up, because I know you guys are here for the crafting and we can chit chat while we craft. So I'm going to pull them off screen real quick, and then they can set up their cameras for their work surface. while they're setting up their cameras to be at their work surface, I'm going to show you guys the awesome case closed products real quick. I'm going to change to my camera. Ooh, I feel like I'm on a Star Trek or something, operating all these different views and things. Let's do picture in picture. And I apologize for my work surface not being the nicest. Let's adjust this just a little bit here. Look at me. I'm trying to think of another Kath and Kim quote, one of my favorites. So that, oh, it's nice. It's different than usual. That's what we say to my sisters all the time. All right. Real quick, I'll give you a sneak peek. I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is kind of top secret, but since you guys are our very bestest friends being here and part of the Hero Arts Collective, I will show you Mindy, you're here. I will show you a sneak peek of the catalog. So here is the Hero Arts catalog. I can't show you everything in here, but I can show you this first page, which has the cased closed collection. And again, this is all available now. It just released 2 days ago. An awesome detective theme collection, which we are, which is all the products we're going to be using and crafting with today. And you know what? Let me pop back over to my other camera view so I can make sure, see when these ladies are ready. Oh, they are like already. Okay, and I just really want to quickly go over the products. I guess I'll do it this way since this is easier. We have the magnifying glass die set. There are 2 dies to create this magnifying glass that you can actually turn into a shaker, or you put acetate in, or vellum, which I think I'm going to do vellum for mine today. So lots of fun techniques. I know Karen's going to do something with that. We have this beautiful, Miss Detective Stampin' Cut. It's a really great stamp set. I'll be using that today. I think Rosie will be using that as well. There's a coordinating die, of course. Then this really, really wonderful sentiment set. This is probably my favorite of the release because these sentiments I think are so strong. They can really be mixed and matched and used for a lot of different occasions. We have the, it's called the, I should say, do the title first, blah, blah, blah. It's No Mystery Stampin' Cut, and it's not really focusing, so I'm sorry, guys. I probably should grab the stamp sets, which I have it here. Let's grab it. No mystery, and you have a bunch of sentiments, and I even had paper here all ready to put behind it, and a bunch of great sentiments. It's no mystery, case closed, the evidence is clear, the secret is out. And then you have all these sub-sentiments that can be combined with it, like the secret is out, you're incredible, really great. Could be done for teacher cards or anything, though today was my kid's last day of school, so that is closing. That window is closed. And then we have the houndstooth layering stencil set, which I have here as well. So really great collection. I'm going to put these ladies up because they're going to be using this, and I don't need to go over all the products. Let's pop everybody back on screen. We have Rosie. You guys can see their names, so that's helpful. Michelle, and then Karen here. So, woohoo! We're ready to go. All right. I guess with we're off to the races. Rosie, what are you going to be doing today?
I'm going to make this card.
Ooh, do you have acetate in that magnifying glass?
Yeah, can you see?
That's so cool.
Yes. Yep. A lot of hand stamping there.
You hand stamped all those?
All but the red.
Guys, I'm too scared to hand stamp anymore. I don't do it. I'm terrified.
Oh, I need to re-ink my ink pen.
I feel like I'm always having to re-ink my black. I've dropped it so many times. I should show it on screen so you guys can see. It's my intensified black, which is what I'm going to be using today. I've dropped it a ton. And I've chipped away so much of the lid that I think it might actually be drying out. I've also chipped away the base. It might be time I just get a new one. It might actually be time I just get a new one. And Karen, I think Karen's going to be using some of the acetates, or the transfers, rather.
Yes.
I didn't even point out these guys. what are these called? The Collage Background Hero Transfer Set. There's 5 different ones in this set. I'll hold it so you see. Karen had many of them out already. 5 different ones. And they are big sheets. They're like 8.5 by 5.5. They're big sheets. Let's see here. Switch my things around so I can see everything. Oh, Rachel's here. All right. And we do have Ria here in our comments to answer some of your questions. So if you guys do have any questions or if I missed something, don't be afraid to ask or put questions in bold in the comment section, and we'll try to answer any questions you have. Or if you have any questions for the creative teamers, for Rosie, Karen, Michelle, pop them in there. I'm sure they'd be happy to tell you what they're doing and maybe what their favorite product is. Do you guys have a favorite? What's your favorite thing from this release? What was something that you were like, got really excited about when you saw this case closed release?
The houndstooth layering stencils.
Yes.
They're cool.
They're very cool and very easy, right? Pretty easy to use.
Yeah.
I like the fancy die. These dies.
Mm-hmm.
the giant magnifying glass. I love that.
Yeah, that's a very cool one.
So this is a card that I already made, and with the Miss Detective, and I just love that Miss Detective stamp set and die set. I used a lot of the products on this card.
You did. That's such a good card, Karen. I always love your designs. Your card layouts are always so clever. I know. That's how I feel, Laura. I should be crafting. Let me I should probably cut some of this off. You guys are seeing secrets way, way, way early. Just don't pay attention to those silhouettes, those cutouts. Cut that off. I love her too. I think she's great. I'm going to recreate this card here. When I made this card, I Copic colored, and I want to try doing something with watercolors. It's a big area for Copic coloring, which honestly scares me so much, coloring a big surface area with Copics. I'm not the best Copic colorer, but I'm more comfortable watercoloring. So that's what we're going to try to do, is do something like this with watercoloring. She's so cute. She reminds me of like a Rifle Paper Company girl. She's really, really pretty, cute. And I love it's a detective with a female detective. You don't see that too often. All right. I'm going to try to pop over and see what you guys are up to. I need to make this screen bigger. I can't see. Oh, Karen, you've already done the transfer already? Jeez, you're fast. Did you rub all over? I missed it. How did you do the transfer?
So I did rub all over. The transfers come with a popsicle stick, but I like to use a bone folder. And the first time I did a transfer, the mistake I made is I wanted it bigger than my card panel, and I wound up transferring all over my craft mat. So I have put down a piece of deli paper so that if any of it rubs off that's not on the card, but outside the area, that really protects your work surface. So that's a little tip that I have found.
That's a great tip. Deli paper. Oh, is that kind of like wax paper?
Yeah, it's wax paper. Like, you would get a deli sandwich. You can buy it different places. So that's a little tip that I think helps.
That's a great tip. I was at a show, and I will show you what somebody did. And I was like, oh my gosh, this person is so much smarter than me with transfers. I don't know why I never thought of it. But if you have like let's see if I can grab this scrap out of here. Like, let's say you just want to transfer over this magnifying glass. you can pop it in here. Instead of like cutting out the magnifying glass, you can actually tuck it in here. It's kind of what Karen's saying. Tuck it in between the layers and then rub over it. And then anything that is not, it's not going to transfer to anything but the paper. So you're wasting less, essentially. Just got to rub better. I thought that was a really good idea. I never saw that before. So you could take your whole panel and stick it in between, like if you have a big sheet, your whole A2 panel, lift it up, tuck it in here, push it down, and then rub over to transfer instead of cutting. I've always cut too. That's what I always did. And then somebody did that, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so smart. And see, it's just on the magnifying glass. And all the rest is still there on the sheet that can still be used. So a little bit more frugal with your transfer sheets. Geez, Rosie, you are hand stamping away.
I am.
Ooh,
You're
that
going to
was
finish
pretty.
the card before you know it.
It doesn't really take that long. And you don't have to get the perfect impression because it's a fingerprint, right? So I feel like even a blurry impression is kind of adds to the character.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not all fingerprints are perfect, right? That makes sense. So it looks perfect. It looks like perfect stamping from on camera to me. Oh, and Michelle's using the stencils, the houndstooths. I know she said she was going for darker colors.
Yeah, because I made, so for the hop that we did when they were released, I made this card, which is screaming hot pink. And I didn't, honestly, this morning, I was like, oh God, I just haven't had time this week. I've had such a hectic week. And I was going to plan out exactly what I was going to do, and it just didn't happen. And I was cleaning up my desk, and I found a panel of cardstock that I had used this letterpress plate on, this lacy filigree letterpress plate. And I thought, oh, that's really Victorian. And so does our little Lady Sherlock here. So I thought maybe I could go like darker colours. But for this houndstooth, I'm going really traditional houndstooth with, well, I'm doing it on some sand cardstock. So it's got the sort of pale brown background. But then I'm using, what am I using? Papaya. And then I'll use Cup of Joe for the other layer. So very traditional colours for houndstooth.
I love that. Ooh, and that. I think now that you mentioned ink colors, that makes me think, what's everybody's favorite? Does anybody have a favorite? You may not have one, but if you do have a favorite ink color, what is it? I think mine is probably, it's either Mist or Arctic. They're very, very similar, but I love them both. No, I need both.
And you're saying ink color, Shannon?
Yeah, ink colors.
Gosh, I think I love Taffy and Creamsicle, maybe my two favorites.
Really? Oh, the reactive inks, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I love, the one that I use the most, I think, would be Azalea. But I love Indigo because it's, if anybody knows me, it's Michelle Blue. I mean, Michelle Blue, hello.
Indigo and Azalea, those are really good choices. I use Azalea a lot too. I do too. And the Indigo is such a pretty blue. Such a pretty blue. I don't know why I don't use it as much, but it's it's like a cobalt blue.
I like Azalea too. I also like Nautical.
Oh yeah.
And all the reactives.
Cornflower. I see cornflower in the comments. Yes, Gloria, cornflower is an excellent color. Pale tomato.
Yes.
Crafty,
Oh,
that's
that is a good one.
Get enough love. That's a good one. Yay.
Benchmark, really good one. Oh, see, look at that. Just it's so cool. It's so cool.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Did you do it on a colored cardstock or is that just white?
Yeah, on sand.
Oh my, sand is awesome.
Yep. I was debating doing the second layer in black, but I went with Cup of Joe, and I'm glad I did.
Oh, it looks so good, Michelle. It looks wonderful.
Pretty. So pretty.
Okay. Oh, this still. Where'd she go?
It's a great stencil. I think it can be used. I mean, obviously, it works really well with the detective theme, but it can be used for fall. I think it would be a great stencil for fall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just adding pattern and some interest to things. We have so many friends. I see you all in our comments. It's nice. All right. Well, now I have to ask you guys a really hard question. Like, how did you get into card making? Like, how did you fall into this rabbit hole to begin with? Rosie, do you want to start?
Sure, I can start. I kind of tried scrapbooking for a long time, and I never felt like I could complete anything. I have 3 kids, and so I always felt like I was behind on all of it. And I loved doing it. And then I received a gift from some of my preschool parents. And I had told them one random day, and 3 months later, they gave me a gift basket that started all of it. It was so sweet.
A gift basket. And what was in it? I have to know.
It had, I mean, they basically just went to like Joann's or Michael's, I don't know, and bought woodblock stamps, ink pads, and cards, like blank cards from there.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that started my journey.
That's so nice, though. That's so kind of them that they
thoughtful.
found your interest and they like found you something like a whole gift. That's really nice.
Yeah, it was really, really thoughtful.
All right, Karen, how about you? How did you get into card making?
Years ago, I did scrapbooking, and then I had a friend that made cards, and I don't know, she really inspired me. So I started it, and it was very, very addicting, and I just never stopped.
It's very addicting. I agree. And Michelle, how about you? I know you've been making cards for a while, my friend.
I have. I've done every craft under the sun, pretty much, and some of them I still do occasionally, but some of them stuck better than others. The first cards that I ever made were not this kind of card. I basically made cards using calligraphy.
Oh.
And I also did. I'll see if I can find a photo of a card that I made years and years ago. In the bookshelf up here. I used to do like illuminated manuscripts, like in the Book of Kells, like they do really fancy letter and decorate it and everything, and then just do calligraphy after it. I used to make cards like that.
Wow.
And then when I was finding shops where I could buy nice quality card bases, I stumbled across a shop that had specifically for card making. I'd bought my very first rubber stamp was a teddy bear stamp that I used on. I'm an ex-teacher. I used to use it on students' work. If they did a really good science report, they'd get a teddy bear sticker or a teddy bear stamp, and they particularly loved the dancing elephant stamp. If a student got the dancing elephant stamp, they knew that done really good work.
That's funny.
But then, I just sort of discovered, there's one here that say like happy birthday and with sympathy and Merry Christmas and all these things. So I started doing that, and then I went to a Stampin' Up party.
Oh.
And yeah, I was gone. Yeah, but I've been doing, I think, oh God, the first card that I ever made was probably, I want to say 1995. But the first like card with stamps and inks and this kind of stuff was probably 2000, maybe.
Oh, wow.
Maybe something like that. Yeah, I've been doing it a while.
I think I started with I was making cards when I was a kid. Like I started with scrapbooking. I would scrapbook when I was in junior high and high school. But I was card making even before that, but just not very seriously. Like somehow my mom went to a Stampin' Up party and brought home one of the catalogs, and she didn't buy any of the stamps. She was not into stamping whatsoever. And but I carved, and I think I may have thrown them away, but I bought erasers and carved some of the designs that I saw in the Stampin' Up catalog, and stamped cards. I made cards because I didn't know what else to do. And I think that's kind of what people were doing with the Stampin' Up products too. But it was very, very, very deep.
Here's two of the cards. I found some photos.
Oh, you found it? Oh my gosh.
I reckon that's from about 1999.
Ooh, it's so pretty. Wow.
And then I'm very proud of this one, but the photo is a bit fuzzy, so I apologize. This was for my cousin's wedding. There we go.
So pretty.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's stunning. Was that like a card to them?
Yeah. So I don't because they have it. Well, I don't know if they have it anymore. But they just this week celebrate their 25th wedding anniversary.
Oh my gosh.
You got it. I made that card.
You have to now do calligraphy on some of your cards.
I'm not that good at it anymore. I've lost the knack of calligraphy, quite honestly.
Really?
I really should. I mean, I've still got the pens and everything, but yeah, sort of, it's something that you really need to practice.
Really?
And I just, and I don't have time now to like keep up. And also, I mean, a lot of people here would be in the same boat as me. We're of a certain age comes arthritis in the hands, so not as easy to do calligraphy.
As you fussy cut out.
I know. As I'm using the sharp implement.
No, but you're paper piecing, which I think is another really great way to work with this stamp set because of the big areas, and you incorporate that houndstooth stencil design. Oh, it's looking so good, Michelle.
I debated masking her off, and then I thought, no, that's a silly idea.
That would definitely be a lot of work.
Yeah, it would be a nightmare.
Karen's working on her sentiment. She's rocking and rolling over there. Rosie's got her whole background done. She's on the spyglass or the.
I know, I cut the wrong one.
Oh my God, we're already halfway through.
I know. I'm feeling like an hour's not long enough.
God. I don't know if I'm going to have a card by the end of it.
I 1,000% won't. So, and we had a couple questions, so I'm going to pop back over to the. I know we had. Oh yeah, Here Arts answered Deb's question about the stencil. The stencils, all the products that you see we're using today, all of them are available right now for purchase, all single purchase. These are not Hero Studio products. These are separate from that. So you can buy just a single item. You don't have to, and you're not subscribing or anything as well. There's no subscription to get these. Oh, and then Laura says that her gateway is heat embossing, and I agree. That is a lot of people's gateway into card making is heat embossing because it is magical. It's still
You
magical.
know what? I'm some of you may know I'm one of the moderators of Jennifer Maguire's group Share Handmade Kindness, and when you join that group you are asked a few questions just to make sure you're not some random trying to get in and be a troll, and one of the questions is what's your favorite technique, and the number of people who say heat embossing is magic it's the most popular answer to that question.
I think it's true. When I started, in fairness, there weren't a lot of techniques, so it's not surprising that heat embossing was awesome, but it is still awesome. Like, even to this day, I still love heat embossing.
Yep.
I'm not tired of it at all.
But I just had to buy myself a new heat embossing tool, and it arrived. It's fabulous because it's actually shell blue. However, the cord's too short.
Oh, no.
So I don't know. I'm gonna have to get something else, or I don't think it's a good idea for an extension cord on a heat tool. Probably not a good thing.
I haven't thought about that, but that's probably true.
We had a couple of years ago. We had a little heater in our kitchen because it was freezing cold, and our main heater, the house heater, had died. And we had it plugged in with an extension cord, and it burst into flame. So
Oh my gosh.
we don't do extension cords anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Scary.
I've had mine spark a couple of times.
Okay,
Probably
I'm gonna cut her out. Why did I choose to do a card design with so much fussy cutting?
It looks pretty. The things will do for pretty cards.
I mean, I could cut her out with the die, but I want it to be. I don't want there to be a white edge around.
Preaching to the choir. I mean, I did it too. I fussy cut. This one I did paper piecing for. And yeah. But it's just so fun. And it's a great way to handle those large surface areas, especially if you're like afraid to color, which I don't think is the best color. Like, you can use, you basically use just the colored cardstock to color.
I've still got to color our face. And I've still got the hardest bit I've found with these is getting her eyes in the right spot.
Yes.
Yes.
I agree.
You've got to really line it up with the top of her ears. Make sure she look a bit creepy.
Yeah, everybody did such a good job. I didn't see anybody whose eyes I felt like were in a weird spot or anything.
That's just because you didn't see the first one that I did.
I think the little magnifying glass helps to like
It
offset
Yeah.
if you do not, like if it's not in the right place, like
Yeah.
cover it up a little, balance
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
And what they're talking about, because you guys probably aren't seeing the stamp set. Let's see if I can figure out where I left mine. I lose things very quickly. The eyes, the mouth, they are separate to give you flexibility in the design. So you can, have both eyes open. You can have one eye closed. You can choose which eye you have open and closed. They're separate. So you have to position them within the stamp face. That's why my face and Michelle's face doesn't have any eyes or mouths yet, because we haven't stamped them yet. All right, we're getting there. And let's see. Karen's putting her magnifying glass together. Rosie's done with her magnifying glass. Rosie, did you use, it looks like you used some silver cardstock.
Yeah, I used some silver on that, and then I used a little wood grain cardstock. I don't know where it came from.
Oh, I love that paper.
For sure, it came from Hero Arts. I
Yeah.
don't like. Do they? I'm not sure if we still carry it, but
There was a kit at one stage that had
it
some.
wasn't a kit.
When I
can't
visited
remember.
the warehouse, I got to grab some of that paper because I never had any, and I love it. I love the look of it, I should say, because I never actually got to use it. And you may not finish, and I think people will share. They can share their cards to the group when we're done. So if we don't finish, that's an option. That way you guys can still see the finished product.
Everything looks good.
It's coming along. There's no way I'm going to be done.
No, me neither.
But that's okay. I'll finish it later.
I just coloured over her ear. Silly
I did
fairy.
the same thing on my ear. I did the exact same thing, Michelle.
Ah,
I know. I was like, oh, that's hair. No, it's ear.
no, it's ear. Well, thank God for the colourless blender.
I tried to pick it up. She's just gonna have. It looks just kind of like in shadow, so I think I'll live.
Yeah, fine. It was a design choice.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm trying to decide on a sentiment. I don't want to use the same one. I used this one last time. But I think the secret is out. It's just
Shadow. All right. Ooh, Karen, that looks so good. I love the transfers with this collection. They're such a perfect fit.
I really like transfers. I think they're so fun. They're fast and they add so much impact to your projects that I always love it when they have a release with the transfers.
You need to teach me your ways, Karen, because I don't feel like I'm as good with the transfers as I'd like to be. I don't think of all the ways to use them.
I particularly love the white transfer. I reckon they're.
Yes.
The white ones are so good.
I like them on Christmas things, Christmas tags and
Yep.
Christmas cards.
All right. That's got to be done enough.
Oh, this hair looks terrible. Hey.
Looks good to me. The transfers work really well too. I think I was not card making when transfers were really popular. I was focusing on other things. But I've heard from people who used to use transfers from the past that these are really easy to use. They're much improved from how transfers used to perform.
They are much better than the transfers that I did, 20 or 30 years ago. They were cool, but there was always some bits that stuck to the paper. And Hero Arts really, theirs don't. They all come off.
That's what I've heard, that they're really good in comparison to them. That's good to know. I need a little bit more green, I think. We'll use this.
I think this Copic marker needs refilling too.
Oh, Michelle, that sounds like me. I'm always refilling my markers on camera during a live. Such a mess.
Oh dear.
Oh, I love the vellum as the glass. That's a great idea. Oh, Karen, you're getting compliments from Tracy. That it looks so good with the that kind of diffusing and separating the background and your sentiment looks really good. Great use of the vellum.
So I used vellum. I know you mentioned you could use acetate or vellum, and I've even seen people that use the white paper, but I really like the vellum for the magnifying glass.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, it looks so good. I need some more water.
Okay.
Well, Michelle, what time is it for you then? Is it like
Right now,
tomorrow?
11 in the morning. So good time. I didn't have to. I actually slept in this morning.
Oh.
Good timing.
Great. But it is tomorrow. So you, like you said that when we did the test, you're a time traveler. You're from the future.
Well, not for everybody. I see quite a few Melburnians here. I feel here in the chat. So I saw, who did I see? I saw Deb. Hey, Deb. I saw Donna, who lives in country Victoria. Who else did I see from Melbourne? Who else did I see? There was somebody else I saw from Melbourne. I can't remember who now.
That's awesome. That's true. Very American of me to forget that there's not, we're not just all American. How terrible.
Okay, now I've got to tackle the eyes.
Ooh. They are going really fast. I'm impressed with their speed too, Cassie. Cassie's saying she's really impressed with their speed. You guys are booking it. They really are going fast.
I think one of the good things about the eyes, having one that's winky, and you can do both eyes that are open, but for me, having both eyes that are open, it's going to be really hard to get them symmetrical. But if you have one winking, like, it doesn't have to be completely symmetrical.
Yeah, that's very, very true, I think. You don't have to worry about it so much.
Oh no, where'd it go?
Oh no, did we lose a stamp?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I have no idea where it went over this way.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay, so this girl is not having eyes. Actually, no, I'll just use the other eye. But oh my god. Seriously, I moved my hand to go and grab my Misty. The stamp went with my finger and then dropped onto the floor.
No. I'd be worried about it too the whole time. I'd be like, oh, I've got to find that stamp. Where did it go?
Oh no.
My heat embossing didn't come out very smooth, as smooth as it did the first time. But that's okay.
You're using the unicorn ink, I see.
Yes. Unicorn ink and white detail embossing powder from Hero.
Nice. Yeah, that was a tip I learned from Mindy. So good to use the unicorn. I need to get, like, mine's hasn't been working great, but not because of the ink or anything. I need to refill my anti-static tool. I'm out of the powder. And I love my this rabbit hole one, but I ran out of the stuff that was inside of it, and so I cut open an old, like, bag one. Now you guys are gonna learn my secrets, which is not a secret because it's just a fail. And I filled it with that, and it's just so it's just not right. It doesn't work right. I need to get the rabbit hole powder because
Yeah.
it's thick and like it's not good. And
I think it's like kaolin clay that she has, not powder, I think.
yes, that's what she told me too. It's like a clay, like a really fine clay.
Yeah. Now, one tip that I do regularly, but I never really think about it. When I have to line things up like these eyes, I put them both on, and I thought they were lined up. But then when I put the ink on them, just before I got down, I looked again and I realized that the winky eye was just not in the right spot. So I just grabbed it off before I stamped so that I wouldn't.
That's a really good tip. I've never thought of that. That's a really, really good tip.
Because it looks like it's lined up when the stamp is clear and uninked, but then when you actually get ink on it, it's a lot easier to see where it's lining up or where it's not lining up.
That makes a lot of sense. Because you can see it better now that you actually have ink on the stamp.
Yeah.
So Michelle was doing, she
Pico.
did stenciling on her cape, and I made 2 cards previously that are not using the Miss Detective, but that stencil is just gorgeous on so many cards, not just the case closed. So I made a kind of a masculine congrats and a thinking of you card. So that stencil is a real favorite of mine. And I use the taffy and the creamsicle. We talked about favorite ink colors before. Those are the colors I used on this one. And I think someone said periwinkle was a favorite, and that's what's on this congrats card.
Ooh, those are so pretty, Karen. I love them. I love how you did the arches and use that to kind of frame out the flowers. It's so pretty. It was a great stencil. I never would have picked those colors either, and it looks so good.
I also used that stencil on this card, and I only used one. I didn't use it as a set. I just used it.
Did you really?
As a single, yeah, for the background.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's so smart. And it looks just like, it looks complete. It doesn't look like incomplete. It looks like that's intended to be used that way. It looks really good.
That's so good. That stretches your supplies. You get a whole different look.
Yeah.
I love that card, Rosie, by the way. I think how you turned it into a newspaper is so brilliant.
Oh.
I was trying to think outside the box a little bit because I wanted to do something a little bit different, and I just kept having this picture of in my head of probably some movie, I don't know, peeking over a newspaper.
I never would have thought of that, and it was so brilliant. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so clever. And the eyes work, you don't even have to, the eyes still work with that. That's not how they are, necessarily intended to be used, but they totally work that way. They look like they're peeking over. It's really good. Okay, I'm sadly at the point where I have to do the space. Yep, 10 minutes left. I'm going to attempt to stamp my face, and then that might be where I call mine done for today. I wish that was darker, but we'll leave it alone. It's fine. I'm going to pop back over to the comments.
Actually.
I don't think I need to heat set it. I think I can just stamp it. Oh, we are sharing your post, Karen, where you shared those 2 cards in Houndstooth. That's awesome. So you can check out Karen's blog post, how she made those cards that she shared. Karen, was that post up today, or was it?
It was yesterday. I think that Case Closed launched on Tuesday, right? And then my blog post was Wednesday, and then today we're doing this live event. Oof. I think there's lots more shares in the coming week or so.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even point. And yeah, and to that, we had a whole. If this is new to you, the Case Closed collection. If you missed the release of this, it did just release 2 days ago, and there was a Instagram hop. So just check it out because you'll see a lot of inspiration with these products. Rosie and Karen's and Michelle are definitely part of the hop, and they've shared some cards here, but there are a bunch of other creative team members that you can see their cards. And I think is there a giveaway? You guys have to help me. I feel bad. I think there's a giveaway.
I think there is. Is the hop still going on or did it end?
Let me see. I'll check my Instagram. Let's see if I can check my Instagram real quick. It is over on Instagram. I know we're on Facebook, so it's like, we're sending you to another place, but just in case you haven't seen it and want to check it out. Let me see. Oh, by the 25th. So you still have 3 more days. Leave a comment and then be entered into a $50 gift card giveaway.
Woohoo.
She's done.
Oh, there you go.
With us.
You shared it. Yes. This was a good Instagram hop for me, guys. Did you guys have a lot of, there's a lot of activity, I felt like.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to put this card and who's going to hold the magnifying glass? Does it only work this way? Yeah, it works this way. Okay. All right, we have my face positioned. The eye is going to be black, but I don't know what I'm going to do for the mouth.
See, I love that. This lacy filigree behind it. Look, isn't it pretty?
Ooh, hold it up so I can see. So let me switch cameras. You probably are holding it. Oh my gosh, it looks so good.
It looks really nice. I hadn't tried that before, so I'm glad that turned out.
Oh, it's so good. I love the two together. It makes total sense. Karen, look at all your beautiful cards. I love it.
I'm still frantically trying to finish a card, and Karen's like showing me.
I made an easier one because since this is the first time I've done this, I didn't want to be flustered.
I quite honestly, I never avoid being flustered. I mean, today I lost a stamp, a pile over there. Once, when I did a live, I built an entire container of embossing powder in my lap.
Oh, no.
So anytime I do a live and I don't do that, I count as a win.
That must have been horrible to clean up. I would think. And not to mention just so frustrating because you're like, now it's wasted.
I know. Good job. White embossing favorite.
I think I'm going to have to use Azalea, your favorite today, for my lips.
Yay.
Oh, I used cranberry in order to go back to the houndstooth that I did.
I like a darker color, but I went too light, I think, with this. I'm going to go make our lips match.
Okay. I have no idea what sentiment I'm going to put on. I might not even do one. I might give it without.
All right, well, since Rosie and Karen are done, let's see if I can come up with another question I have. So I feel like I already know the answer to this with you, Karen. Are you a neat and tidy crafter, or are you a organized chaos kind of crafter?
You know, I think I'm a neat person and an organized person, and I'm a very messy card maker.
How about you, Rosie?
I am a very messy crafter. This is the cleanest it's ever been. So messy.
And Michelle, how do you feel? You feel like you're neat and tidy, or are you more of organized chaos?
Oh, I'm a disorganized chaos.
I should have stamped her squinty eye. What was I thinking? Okay. I should have done both. Well, don't learn from me because I am not doing the right stuff.
I need to. And just because I fussy cut it, I really need to go around the edges of her with the black marker.
Oh yeah, that's a great tip.
The little bits of white going up against the black outline, and it's just making my eye twitch.
It makes a huge difference though, I feel like.
It does. But the trick with this is to make sure you're holding the pen on the back side, from the back side of the thing, so that when you accidentally slip, you draw on the back and not the front.
You didn't know that. That's a great tip.
That is a good tip. Thank you.
Because look at it, I'm messing up all over the place because I'm trying to hurry.
Mm-hmm.
Front, it would have been a nightmare. I would have had to like add tattoos to it to cover it up.
All right, we're stamping this eye. Whether I got it lined up right or not, it's going down. I like her lip color though. I think. Oh, we got some mess up here, but
It goes nicely with the shirt.
oops.
See, and I put a big orange fingerprint on my card when I was doing the stenciling earlier on, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Because I'm covering it up.
When I made this card, I colored the entire thing. She had pretty lipstick on, and then I covered it all up.
Oh no! Oh no!
Her outfit was so coordinated and everything.
Oh my gosh!
I was like, oh well, I guess I didn't
That
have to
because like
color
I don't
all of that.
Here's the question. I didn't have this one prepared, but this one is probably I'm most interested to know the answer. So do you, when you make a card, you sit down and make a card for a release or whatever, do you have an idea in mind or do you just start playing? What do you do most often, I should say?
A bit
I
of
feel
both.
like I do both, yeah.
I always start with an idea.
The thing is, sometimes if I start off with an idea and start trying to make that idea, the chances of it actually turning out that way are slim to nil.
That is very true.
And I feel like I if I don't have normally I see the products and I know usually right off the bat, like, oh, I have an idea for this. But if I get the products and I don't, and I'm struggling a little bit, then I just start playing, and then I end up with like 7 cards.
Yeah.
So is that a tell, Rosie, when you have a bunch of cards, you
Yep.
were struggling at the start?
Exactly, yes.
What's the time?
Oh, we're at 6:30. I'm gonna stop here. I'll have to cut her up, but the most of her is done.
Just got to put sentiment on and then I'm done.
I'm gonna pop back over to the comments, see if we have any questions.
They all look great.
Well, I think you guys with the finished cards definitely really pulled it off.
Just finished.
Oh my gosh, you did finish. Wow, Michelle. And you guys, Michelle didn't know exactly what she was doing before the live. She had an idea. I always take, if anybody of you guys seen any of my lives, when I don't know what I'm doing, I take so long. I never would be done in an hour. Michelle, I bow down to you. That's amazing.
Bravo.
Yes.
That's amazing. And it looks so good. The background was such a good call.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm really pleased I used that better press plate. The press
The filigree, is that what it was called?
called lacy filigree. Yeah, that's the one.
Filigree. And your
That one.
blending on it is so good. It draws her eye in to her. So good. Yeah, well done timing. Exactly. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Karen, do you mind holding your card up one more time so I can just take a better look? I just want to see. Oh, the vellum looks so good. I love how it just diffuses that map. And I think the map was such a good transfer to use with that magnifying glass. So good. And it says, evidence is clear. You're incredible. That's cute. I just love the sentiments. And Rosie, hold up your card so I can see the sentiment and everything. Do you mind? So pretty. I love that. I never would have thought to do like the background and have the heart. That's such a good, perfect way to use those fingerprints. I never would have thought of that. It's a really, really clever way to use them.
Thank
You
you.
know what it makes me think of? Like those, those magnifying glass that when you were a kid, they were like red. And when you hold them over, you could see stuff. It reminds me of that.
The magic ones.
Yes. I wonder if you could do something like that with this set. That'd be so cool. And here it says the secret is out. It's your birthday. Oh, it's cute. It's a birthday card. See, great for so many different occasions. All right, I'm gonna hop back over to my face, but these ladies are going to stay on the their surf or tabletops camera. There we go. And I just want to say a big thank you to Rosie, Karen, and Michelle. Thank you guys so much for creating some amazing cards and joining our first craft lounge. Be sure to check out their blogs, their YouTube channels, all of the socials where you can find them. They are incredible card makers, and I'm so grateful to have them or be a part of the creative team with them. I'm just all the talent is awesome. These ladies are so kind and amazing. And
I found my stamp. You can stop looking.
Yay! What a perfect way to end it. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, and stay tuned to when we do another craft lounge. We'll have some more creative team members, but again, make sure you check out these awesome ladies, all the places you can find them. I believe that's shared. If not, if we didn't get it shared in the description, and we're kind of learning how to do the live, so I apologize if we didn't get it shared in the description. We will definitely post it up in the Facebook group if you aren't following them already. All right, thank you, ladies, and I hope you guys everybody has a wonderful night. I'm gonna pop up. Good night, everybody.